And welcome to another EVE Online video. This is going to be very similar to the Rhea video I made, but this is going to be building dreadnoughts and carriers in low sec. I'm going to go through quickly the basics on where you can build them, the dreadnoughts, what they are, and all that. And I'm also going to then show you how I prepare to build them, what's required, what's needed, how to get the minerals down there. I'll show doing that, and then I'm going to build them. Then I'll pause the video and wait. I think it's about 10 days for a dreadnought, and then when they're done, I'll record again and show you show them being released, and then I'll pilot them. I can fly. I'm going to make an Amar dreadnought, which is called a Revelation. And I'm going to make a Galente carrier, which is called a Thanatos. You may know some Greek mythology there. That's where those names come from. Or the one, anyways, the latter. And I'll get in them and show you and fly around the station a little bit, but I'm not going to go out into low sec too far or I might get ganked, and I don't really want that to happen. So let's begin with what is a dreadnought, what is a carrier. These are pretty end-game vehicles. If you're just starting out on EVE Online, you will not be getting into a dreadnought. You will not be making them, and you will not be piloting them. They require a lot of skills to make and to fly. You also can only build dreadnoughts and carriers in low sec. And so they also have blueprints, just like anything else, just any other ship. They have blueprints. And because they're considered capital ships, they require capital components. So if you've seen my Rhea video, how to build a Rhea, which is a T2 carrier, or T2 a freighter, T2 freighter, and also building orcas, etc., building just regular freighters, they all require capital components, not minerals. But these capital components each require minerals. So to build a Revelation, if you're not as rich as I am, and this is how I did it as well, the first thing you'd buy if you really wanted to build one is you would need a blueprint copy. If you can't afford a BPO, which is understandable because they are about 2 billion, although they might be a little bit less. Getting originals of ships, I guess actually getting originals of anything, getting blueprint originals, you can get the NPC price by finding their race in a region. So I'm in a Caldari region right now. There are a few Amar stations, but not many. To get a Revelation at the lowest price you can, the BPO, you'd want to go over to Amar space, or maybe other regions. And those places will probably have their NPCs, their racial NPCs, that sell the cheapest form of the Revelation BPO. Otherwise, you're getting it from players, which is what these will be, at a higher price. Why? For the convenience of getting it in Jeddah, as opposed to going over to Amar region and buying it and then having to haul it back to Jeddah. So you'd want to first start with a BPC if you're not rich, which is what I certainly had to do. When I built the first carriers that I did, I bought copies because I couldn't afford it, of course. So here's just to show you, here's a few. They're actually pretty cheap, 25 mil. That's nothing. Just like anything else, you want to be cognizant of the material level. This determines the efficiency of the blueprint, meaning less waste on all these numbers here. But remember, since these numbers are low, you won't need very high ME or ML to be pretty close to a zero waste. So 3 is probably enough. Let's just see what I have on here. Let's see what mine is. Mine is 6. So I'm pretty sure I researched this one. It's about a month in ML, by the way, in a lab, so it takes a while. But I probably ML'd this to 6 because at 6 it reduces the waste again. But I don't know if this is perfect. It probably isn't a perfect ML. but you'd have to do the numbers and see. Or you could check ML Calc, which is a pretty good program, but it's outdated, and you should always double check the numbers if you're going to use it. So if you're going to start in the carrier or the Dreadnought business, then you'll want to start with copies, which is perfectly fine. Same with the components. So all these components here, capital, armor plates, etc. You can just buy copies if you like, and they exist, and you can buy them on contract. Or if you get rich enough, eventually you'll want to buy BPOs, which I have, and they're all down here already in low sec where I build my Dreadnoughts and carriers. So there's capital armor plates, there's the batteries, etc., etc. Now, not all the carriers and Dreadnoughts do not take the same materials. So, for example, the Dreadnoughts, there's some differences in the turret hardpoints. They all require siege arrays because this is a Dreadnought. Maybe I should just say quickly, Dreadnoughts in the game are used nearly, mostly, probably 100%, for taking down player-owned stations. They're not, or player-owned structures, whatever the label is. They have a siege array, which allows them to do a lot of damage to structures that, or any target that isn't moving. They do a lot of damage to, and so that's their purpose. Dreadnoughts are just mostly used for that, taking down towers. Turrets, it depends on the Dreadnought. They will have turrets and or launchers. Revelations are Amar. Amar typically doesn't use missiles, so they don't have launchers, but other Dreadnoughts will have launchers, and you'll have to build them then. You'll have to, they'll be required in here. So the Mimitar one, I think, uses launchers. The Kaldari one probably does. The Amar one, certainly not. It just has turrets. Otherwise, though, it's pretty much the same for the Dreadnoughts. Carriers is the same, except they also need drone bays. There is no siege array on a carrier, none of the carriers. They do have a drone bay, which is here, because carriers have drones. That's how they do damage. You have to buy them separately. And they're big drones, though. They're not the little heavy ones and medium ones and stuff that you'll be using in your ships. These are big ones. I can't remember what they're called, but it's not important for this video. Otherwise, it's the same. No siege arrays, no turret or launcher hardpoint things. But otherwise, it's typical for capital ship. Okay, so let's try to build one right now. I have some smatterings of materials here. I've got a bit of leftover stuff down at the low-sec system. And so let's just see if I can build a Revelation right now. And if I can't, that's fine, because then it'll tell me what I need, which is the point. So let's just try to build a Revelation with what I've got. Okay, I don't have most of it, which is fine, because that's what we're going to do right now. So this is pretty much what I will do. I will just see, okay, what don't I have? I don't have everything, or almost everything. Okay, and I just start building it. So I just go, okay, so I need what? 30 turret hardpoints. Okay. Turret hardpoint. Whoops, wrong button. Okay, I need 30 of these. Let's do that. Oh, whoops. Hold on. There we go. I don't know why it did that. It's for some reason the blueprint didn't change, and it thought I was wanting to build 30 Revelations. I don't know why it did that. Okay, so there's 30 turret hardpoints. So those are in now. Those are in the oven. That's done. What else do I need? Did it disappear on me? I think I lost the... Yeah, I did. Well, I certainly need 30 siege, so let's build that. I don't think I have any siege. I wouldn't normally have any left over because I would just build 30 and then it would be used up. So build 30 of those. Oh no, I'm out of a certain kind of mineral. So now we're going to have to haul some stuff down. So let's just see what I have left here. I've got, what does that need? 12,000. I have a crap load of Zidron down there. I probably don't need any more of that. What does Tritanium need? Is that 15 mil? 15 mil for the one component. So I've got a lot of trite down there. As well, I guess I should say, what I used to do is you used to haul down there titanium and pyrite and all of it, everything. And then if you watched, what video was it where I guess it was the one low-sec video. I have a low-sec video. It might be a FAQ or maybe it's just a low-sec video. I can't remember now. I used to take a freighter into low-sec and risk it and just haul the minerals in that way. It was risky. I only got caught once, and I didn't get blown up, though. The guy only had a battle cruiser and didn't have enough, couldn't take me down before I just flew myself back to the Stargate to get out of there. So what I do for the heavy stuff, and by heavy I mean voluminous, what I do is I just use a buy order. Let me see if I have some up now. I might not. Yes, I've got one for pyrite still up. I just use a buy order, and I'll show you a little bit of the circumstances of that. Typically, this little thing here typically it's clicked on, and so to get rid of all the low-sec orders, because most players who don't know what they're doing may buy something on low-sec and then just go travel there and not know what they're doing and get themselves killed. So the game has decided that it would be best by default if low-sec orders are not visible. But you can turn them on by clicking on this little thing here. Or maybe it's off. Actually, I think I have it off. So probably for you it'll be on. So this should show low-sec. And mine, what was mine? 1305. So no wonder mine will be way down here. Maybe I gotta click this on. There we go. Okay, so there, now I can see low-sec. So here's mine here. So it's way down. So no wonder no one's selling to it. Typically for low-sec, you will have to have the highest price. Who's going to travel into low-sec and sell you some pyrite and risk their ship if they can sell their stuff in Jeddah for more, and Jeddah's safe? So no one's going to do that. So for me to get anything out of the order, I'm going to have to bump it up to 13.5. So I'll do that right now. There. This will give an incentive for people to actually sell me minerals now. But also, I guess I should say though that I don't suspect people in high sec are moving minerals into low sec to sell to me. I imagine what's happening is low secers are like the convenience of selling stuff to me, and they can deal with the area. They're not worried about it. Because there are corporations that sit in low sec and try to control it the best they can, deal with people coming in, mostly dealing with not like random people like me coming in, but mostly dealing with other corporations that are trying to control low sec space too. So that's how I get titanium, pyrite, and mexalin. I have been able to very successfully procure all three of those from buy orders in low sec, which is great because then I can handle the others. I can handle the others: Noxium, Isogen, Zidron, Megasite. I can handle those by a covert ops industrial ship, and I'll show you that. I'll do that. But for now, we got to get together the minerals, and I'm going to ship down there. So how much Noxium do I want to ship down there? I haven't done this in a little while. I'm not sure how much I normally ship down. If I remember rightly, I think every run of my covert ops industrial, which is a crane, I think, which is in a Caldari Badger Mark II, I think. Tier 2 ship. It's black and everything. You'll see it when we get down there. I think it can hold about 1 million M3s of minerals. So I'm trying to think how many runs I used to do. I think maybe about 3 or 4 I'd have to do 3 or 4 back and forth to get everything into low sec with the little crane. So I'm going to do about, I probably should do at least 1 million. I'll do 1 million Nox. I'll take that down there. That seems like a lot. A billion? Billion Noxium? How about 600,000? I'll do 600,000 down there. Should be enough. Okay, so I bought that in Jeddah, so I'm going to haul that down. What else do I need? Is anything else low? Zidrin is fine. I checked that already. Tritanium, I think it'll be fine, but that's a buy order thing. Pirate's a buy order. Mexalon's buy order. Megasite. I got 28,000. That one alone took 6 away, so I'll buy a bit more. How about 50,000? I'll haul 50,000 down. And what about ISO? 200,000, what do I have down there? Okay, I'll haul down about 1.5. How about 1.5? How about 2? How about 2? Oh, that's a pain. I was looking for a buy order with more than 2, because now I'm going to have to do it twice. Yeah, I'll take 500 from this one. Okay. So I'll just scroll down here, grab this stuff, put it in my Providence. Normally I use a Charon, because Charon holds the most, of course, for freighters. But because I haven't been on Eve very much, any Charon that I have around, any Charon that I have sitting there built, pretty much turns into a Rhea, because that's how I keep my subscription up in this game, and profit quite well from making Rheas. So I built myself a Providence just so I always have a freighter now, and it's the Providence because I'm building a Rhea actually as we speak. So I don't have any Charons on me, but that's okay because we're not going to fill this thing up anyways. Okay, so that is what I'm going to haul down, which isn't a lot, and actually I could use a quicker ship than a Providence to haul this stuff down, which I might just go and do. I can get a, what's that green one called? A Bustard? There's a Tier 2 transport. Is it a transport ship? I can't remember now. Tier 2 Badger 2 that holds about 36,000 M3s. I could probably use that for this. So I might do that. But I'm just thinking whether maybe I should take a bit more Nox down. How about another 300,000? Take another 300,000 down. Alright. Close that. Alright. Okay, so let me just check. Where is my other ship? It must be, I got an Orca sitting here. It must be over in the Ant. So I'm going to now travel to Ant and get this stuff put into another ship that'll be quicker to get down there. And I will be